Hey, what's going on, guys? Xiangqi PGN here. So I finally managed to establish a proof of concept network connection between two clients interacting via server using this weird model that I've been introducing within a couple of the previous videos. So without further ado, I just want to demonstrate you how this works because I'm really tempted to demonstrate you this because it kind of works, and I'm really proud of this because this is my very first experience in this sort of a field. Basically, I had a little bit of experience with networking in the past, but I've never been doing things like this. So I have a Python Flask server running now, not even on my local host, but within my local network. So first I'll demonstrate how to play in different tabs of a single browser on a single computer, and then I'll show how to play from different from the cell phone and from the computer, like over my local network. So yeah, let's have a look. So I just want to I want to restart my UDP server because it doesn't yet get restarted automatically. For now, I'm doing this manually every time. And here, so I want to play on the board too with the red pieces, hence this line, and I click enter, and now we just have a look like what's happening here within the console. So I'm kind of monitoring the UDP server, so I'm literally sending a GET request, Ajax GET HTTP GET call to the UDP server, first to the HTTP server, then it sends it to the UDP server, and then we see that we actually have the game 2, and we have red has been connected, black didn't yet connect, and no moves has been done on the board yet. So the next thing to consider, I want to connect with black, with a black. So let's say black has connected to the game, and now you see suddenly we see that black has connected. So now we can actually start playing the game of CNC, believe it or not. So I make a first move with white pieces, and you see like the move array move list has been populated, and now here it should be updated already. And this happens really, so we see like actually red moved, and now I'm play a move in response, and I see that the response happens, and this is the networking, believe it or not. But this is not really impressive. I just want to show you a little bit more impressive thing now. So I just start a new game now. So paste this stuff here. I just want to reset my UDP server. I'm sorry for doing this by hand. I just didn't yet provide any logic for this. And also understand that making moves on a current given board from a current given site, regardless of IP, allows horrible hacking. But I'm just trying to make a proof of concept implementation now. So let's have a look. Now I'm playing now. I would even be playing between two different IP addresses, believe it or not. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't print the IP address itself. I could have done that, but you just trust me. I will show you how I do this on my cell phone now. So you see, like now, so here is my cell phone. I'll now turn it on. So here, red has connected, black didn't yet connect. So I just now I've just now connect with the black pieces, and now here it should be printing black. I'm already connecting. Okay, just takes a little bit of a time. It should be, I swear. I just tested. Okay, so now we have that another black opponent has connected. So here on my smartphone, I just want to show you how this looks like. My app can be also played here on the smartphone. So you just see I have the board. Okay, and now, so just to make it a little bit more convenient. So notice that on the smartphone, I'm playing from the black perspective. So I have black pieces, and here I have red pieces. On the contrary here, So I will now make a move here with reds, and you see it moves here. Can you believe it? It just moved, okay? So now I will make a move on my smartphone. So here are my hands, I'm not touching the mouse. So I want to respond with the cannon centralizing the cannon as well. And you see like the cannon has moved. So if I just now get away of this nasty developer tool console, so to what caching and all this stuff. So now I can actually play. So the next move to consider, okay, so I want to play with the knight, and see the knight has just moved, okay, and now, okay, what can I play with black? I can play knight like this, okay, and you see like the move appears here as well. So now I'll probably want to move the rook. So just to show you this really closer, the rook would now move. I guess this rook, right? Yeah. So this rook would now move here. This rook moves here. So I'm just making a move. Okay, and it has moved. Can you see this? This is so cool, right? Okay, and okay, here on my smartphone. Okay. I'm sorry, just the screen has I just mistapped a little bit. Okay, so what else can I do? Well, let's say I want to exchange the rooks. So now this rook would be put here. I'll put this rook here. That's the move I'm gonna make. So notice what happens. Okay, this happens. By the way, the sounds have been handled as well. I don't know whether you can hear the sounds, but I swear they do work. And now I want to capture the rook. So you see how the capture will now cure. Okay, so I just want to capture the rook. Okay, you see, like just captured. Okay, and now I want to recapture with the knight. So you see now this knight would recapture the rook. Okay, and knight recaptured. So as you can see, guys, I can now play between kind of like two humans, believe it or not. So I don't know, what do you think about this? But for me personally, this is really amazing experience. The very first proof of concept board game networking in my life. So really lots of things to work from here. So I don't know, probably for those interested, I can walk through the source code that I've updated from the previous part. Well, unfortunately, to start a new game, I just need to manually restart the UDP server. And also, this is probably really weird thing that the UDP server is getting tortured by the GET requests from both clients. And in case if there would be many clients, it would be tortured to death one day. But again, assuming that I'm not going to have more than 10 boards simultaneously, I think this should be still just quite pretty enough and fine. So how this basically works. So this is the client part. So here on load, what I do, initially I'm making a post request with a and instead of move, I'm sending this connect. So this has been covered in the previous videos. And here on UDP server, if I have this connect stuff, then I set the connection of either side to be equal to true. And then, as you have seen this previously in the developer tools, I can see that actually here we have both red and black equals to true. Well, actually, if some of the guys would disconnect, this won't be affected really. So probably I need to keep track of closing the window. And let's say before closing, just sending the sending a message to HTTP server, so it would send this back to UDP server, saying like, okay, user has closed the tab. That means that user actually left the game. And in that case, probably it would be nice to just drop this game and to send to report to another user like the game is over and the opponent has disconnected. Maybe that's maybe just something like that. But anyway, so we keep track of, well, this connection is just done initially. It doesn't really matter that much, to be honest, but I don't know, I just started with this. But then every time we make a move, this moves array is getting populated by the encoded move, then later on gets done on a board on the client side. So initially, when we, I'm sorry, no, not here. So here, initially, when we just open the client, so when literally we open this client, so we're specifying the board we're playing on and the site we're playing with. So this would be red, and we see the board from the red perspective, and also for black, we definitely would be seeing the board from the black perspective, obviously. So I hope this is quite pretty self-explanatory. And what else? Then. So this logic, it makes AJAX calls HTTP GET requests every 1 second in the background. So I'm using set timeout function, which makes the stuff asynchronously without blocking a user input. And it goes to this HTTP route. So here in app.py, now I have post method for making moves and get method for keeping track of the game state. So here, in both cases, I'm opening the socket and talking to the UDP server from HTTP server, and actually, yeah, it makes a response back. And then this response, I send this response back to the GUI. So the AJAX call I'm making here actually gets this response, and I can just parse it and print, and we see like so this is literally the response by the UDP server. UDP GET means that we're dealing with just asking the server what's happening. But if we do make a move, that there would be the UDP post. So if you just see, so it should be somewhere, yeah, UDP post. So when I did a move, it did make this like UDP post. So this is the response from the post method, and it has appended the move, and then when the second move is done, it has like appended another moves, and so on. So the opponent that has responded has this move, and then we just make another move, and so on and so on, and until the end of the game. So as you can see here, I don't do any move validation on the server side, and all the stuff is being validated on the client side. And despite the fact how weird it could be, it kind of works, and it now can even be deployed somewhere. I'm going to probably, if I reach the point of satisfaction within this project where the proof of concept, well, a little bit more than proof of concept would be working, I would probably try to deploy this at pythonanywhere.com to give you guys an option to play versus each other. Not sure yet about this. It's really potentially there may be really lots of pitfalls here, so I'm not really sure how exactly this is going to be working. But anyway, this might be really interesting. At the moment, I'm a little bit tired, to be honest, because I'm really new to all of this stuff. But this might be really interesting to keep this going a little bit further. So now, when I have the core, it's just a matter of details, basically. To well, let's say I can make it. I can avoid making moves from a different IP. So now at the moment, if I log in here to the board 2 and red as the site from whatever device on my local network, or imagine this is deployed globally, so I connect from wherever, that means that I actually can make a move in someone else's game, and definitely that's the wrong behavior. We shouldn't really be allowing that. So probably some extra logic on validating the IP address along with this string group parameters might be one of the first initial kind of like security measures to avoid other people making moves in someone else's games. But you need to admit that this is cool, that at the moment you can actually open someone else's game and make a move there. This really looks like if somebody's playing in the park and you can step near and say, okay, you should move like this. And everybody hates that, but that's what it looks like. So no restrictions at the moment. Well, okay guys, so this is it from my side, and this is kind of like a milestone within this project, so I really want to get some feedbacks from you. It's really interesting. What do you think about this weird approach? But bear in mind that it kind of works, so you really should kind of bear that in mind as well. So this is it from my side. Thanks for watching. Until the next time, and take care.